Welcome to For Love and Play. I'm matchmaker comic Yael Meisel. With me is comedians Keenan Weaver and Louie B. For Love and Play, the show about dating like a goddamn adult. We're going to discuss who to spend your time with for love or for play. Let's do it, boys.
This show contains adult content for entertainment purposes. Listener discretion is advised.
Not a doctor.
All right, thanks for listening. Happy New Year. We're back, ready for a new 2016, a new season. Thank you for listening in to For Love and Play. I'm your host, Keenan, back again with my favorite people, the Queen. What's going on, girl? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Wow. Guys, I'm so excited to be back. Thanks so much for coming to the first season.
All right, and the Duchess. Wait, the Duchess?
Wait.
I don't know. You're making all these changes.
I'm the Duchess.
I don't know what to call you at all.
Wow, I don't want to be a Duchess.
What's the new Louis nickname for 2016? Because I don't know who you are right now, and we're gonna get into that in this episode.
I'm going by El Jefe.
All right, El Jefe. Louis, what's going on, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Let's kick the tires and light the fires. My New Year's resolution is to keep kicking ass and kick more ass.
Right, that is great. I'm excited I'm excited for the year. I'm excited for this podcast. I'm so glad that we brought in the year together. This is the first episode of 2016, and we got a big one. We're actually going to try to stick with the theme of the New Year's, and we have a very special guest. Her name is Rebecca Torres, and she's a designer, interior lifestyle designer who remixes the way that people live, which I think is a perfect way to start this new year because we need to remix the way we live. She's also the creator and producer and editor, host of Lifestyle Remix TV at lifestyremix.com. Rebecca, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Or I like to say Happy New Year.
Well, thank you for coming on. Just tell a little bit more of what you do.
Yeah, you said very much what I do. I show how to reach their lives, doing that through interior design, color therapy, help people clear the clutter from their physical space and also from their headspace, because we got a lot of stuff in the closets of our mind, like I like to say.
Yes.
That is amazing. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing what I'm doing, oddly enough, I would say like my whole life. Although professionally, I've been doing it for the last 7-10 years now. 7, 8 years. So, but yeah, everything that I'm doing now, I had an inclination to do from a child, whether it was, remixing, making houses, underneath, kitchen table, or, broadcasting, stuff on my boombox, So, I love that, how I think a lot of what we do in life kind of start doing it when we're kids, but then grow and, we go get a job. And then we kind of steer away from those.
I mean, that is definitely, something I agree with. I run a seminar on the side, a little inspirational, motivational speaking, and one of the coins of terms that I've coined has been just to think of that Saturday that you spent when you were a child. That was the time that you had the most fun. You were able to do whatever you wanted. You didn't have any homework to worry about, any of that nature, and that's what you really develop your passions for. And then, like you said, we get away from that when we become adults and bills come into the picture. So I like what you do. So to start off with this new year, you get a lot of people coming to you to kind of remix your lifestyle and all these different variations.
Yeah, I had Once My Life year, right?
Yes, dear.
We worked on your, how putting out in the world, one, and then also how he himself, because it goes hand in hand, I firmly believe, anybody can get a makeover and pose on, but the real makeover happens, truly, you're evaluating what's on. You're like, why do you feel the way? What do you want to create,
Right. I think you let the cat out the bag a little early, because me and Yael on this show, episode after episode, trying to get to make this remix. And I feel like it's a very good word, because I wasn't necessarily suggesting that he remix himself, rather just become another person. That's what I think is probably best. Yael, what were you saying?
Rebecca, this to me is as necessary as chemotherapy someone got for cancer. I've been pushing this. So I've been pushing for Louis to do something like this for a really long time. One thing as a matchmaker, which is, I think, similar, but I focus on more your relationships, whereas I feel like my client would need to go to you first, then come to me. I'd be step 2 in that process. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm not. I'm going to help you fix your choices. I don't have time to dress you, I don't have time for that. I've been pushing this for a really long time because I think there's a general aura about Louis that people don't understand. I think he's so commonly misunderstood that he sends out a vibe that's almost a standoffish vibe, or, God forbid, like a creepy factor, and there's something that you can change. I'd help men do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something you can change when you change yourself, but in order to come to me, you have to have self-awareness on a level. I can say to you, for example, myself, this year, I've lost about 60 pounds off the scale. I had to make the decision that being a matchmaker, doing this for so long, I know that men are visual. A man is going to fall in love with how you look, unfortunately, first, before he falls in love with who you are. So I had to change the visual so I could track what I'm hoping to find. But I have that self-awareness. And need someone, when people aren't real with themselves, they haven't gone to someone like you first, they come to me and they want to fight me because they want to fight with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And you break that shit down, then they can hear me and change.
Well, girl, now we're going to get you like I feel about you.
I'm going to send you over her.
Yeah. So, but Louis, I know, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
No, I was going to say, Louis is not, I like that we touched on you, even though we're not, what we shared was your own personal reason. But I'm really proud of you because you not only see part of like creating that connection is like asking somebody for, insight, and doing that is like critical. I feel like you absorbed everything. You immediately started putting into action. So I just need to ask you as a friend.
Yes.
Tell me like how you were feeling after, because I saw you look like your swag like picked up a notch, shopping for yourself. Give me like 5 cents about that.
Well, actually, Louis, before you jump into that, I kind of did want to get into this process. The process of one, Rebecca, how you work with clients, but also the process of a client potentially making this as like a choice. So, Louis, if you can start, just what made you reach out? How did you hear about her? And let's try to go through a little, just to give the listeners a taste, so that if they so want to do this themselves, they kind of see exactly how it went and might not feel so alone when they want to make this decision.
Well, when the universe, and by universe, everybody in your life is telling you, hey, maybe you should change up your style, and I don't know, I didn't know where to start, but then I happened to, meet Rebecca because she's an activist. Because she's a Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. We had that connection, and she was protesting Deluxe, and I had her on my podcast. And then I come to find out she's a designer. So when I felt ready to change, because I got tired of my own bullshit, and I'm still I'm not saying I have it all figured out. I don't yet, but step one was Rebecca. So I went to her because I came to trust her judgment, and she hooked me up nice.
Okay. So, Rebecca, Louis comes to you. What was that? What is your process when a new client comes to you? What is kind of like your first steps?
Or any of the stuff, like what is it? Some clients want to read your physical environment, is my specialty, interior design, and other clients want to mix their image, like really, how they look, how they present the world, and maybe even the vibrations they're putting out in the world. And so then from there, just asking Louis questions like, what do you envision? Like what do you envision like having a dream image bring to your life? And what are you wearing now? And I wanted to pictures. Show me your shoes. Show me your jacket. Show me, send me a picture on a day when you look the flyest. And just like kind of getting that scope of what he's got in his closet and how he presents himself out there. And then finding out some goals. What does he want? So like, Louis was sharing with me, he's a stand-up comedy and he wants to change the way, people look at him as a professional comedian or when women, just like the energy that he wants to put out there. And then from there, sometimes I work with clients who do personal shopping into their house and take the closet. And then some other times I have clients simply just Skype meetings. So, and that's how Louis together. So in this day and age with the computer, like I can, I've had image talking with somebody in Colorado. Like, it's so cool, you know, this day and they do that. So, yeah, so I went back to my little laboratory, put together images, thoughts for Louis, and we put together a pinch board for him that he referred to and inspiration when shopping, and just kind of understanding, like, why he changed certain things, or, you know, like we were talking about how sometimes men don't think that, you know, they should wear clothes that show their shape. That's normally something we associate with women's clothing, you know, and so, am I going to show my shape, you know, skinny jeans? Like, no, I'm not asking you to, like, walk around your business all marked up.
Yeah, we're actually asking you not to broadcast your business.
Yeah, like, you don't need to broadcast it, but at the same time broadcast, you know? So, getting men to, again, know their shape, obviously, like, men love, you know, a man's neck, and, you know, the collarbone, and, you know, like, showing the definition of a man's shoulders. Those are things that let a woman know that, you know, you're strong, and probably fertile, and, like, protective, and all the things that instinctively, you know, a straight woman, when she's looking at a man, is looking for. We don't want to see, like, so much sloppy looking clothing, because it just puts out an air that you don't care. Your ladies could not be totally motivated and on it, but our clothes do, you know, give people a certain perspective of who we are. And then even things like shoes, you know, like, when a man is in, like, sturdy pair of shoes, they're standing different, commanding his space different, as opposed to, like, wearing some, like, corny, like, flat-footed shoe, you know? It's just, like, it's the little things. It's the little things. And it changes your energy, and it just helps you see you. And that's powerful.
Definitely. Like, men don't get we wear things to look thinner, and we dress for our body type, and like, you're clueless. You know, dudes, like, they're clueless. They don't realize, like, she could be 160, but she's dressed so nicely, like, she looks like, you know what I mean? Like, exactly. We know how to hide it. Like, men do the same thing. Like, men that don't share their face and they look fucking old, they can't take it, because it's fixable.
Yeah. And it, you know, we all take care of ourselves. It's just good. It's good for for business, it's for sex, for relating to others, self-confidence. It's good on so many levels.
So, and I want to just add, it's not even about changing one style. From the male point of view, the reason I think women are attracted to a guy that at least puts time and effort in their style is because that's what women do. Women take so much time to get ready, get dressed. But I think when they see a man that matches somewhat, like, at least he's putting in some type of effort, like a similar effort.
Yeah. Well, the perception is, this is the perception from the woman's standpoint. When you look at a man and he looks like he put together, it looks like, wow, he's aware of himself. Self-awareness, that's powerful. Number two, he probably smells and gives a crap. He like his underwear probably. You know what I mean? That's two. It's like cleanliness. Like, I want to sniff him off. Like, you know? And then the third thing, if that's he looks, a very good chance that he's from a nice home, a nice bed. Like, you know, like, okay, maybe his whole look translating to his overall lifestyle. Like, his bathroom doesn't have hair 3 month corner. You know what I mean? He's got nice fluffy on his bed. So these are, and that means that man's like a well-rounded life. Possibly. Obviously, that's a window, but if you can give somebody else your life, why not make windows?
Because basically, in the first onset of interaction and attraction, everything is just a clue to something else, to a bigger picture.
Exactly. I would say yes. And also, it's up for yourself. So even if nobody, you know, even if you care about attracting body or attracting money, let's say you don't care about any of that. In the very least, you care about yourself. Like, what is your inner dialogue? Telling yourself about your, you know, are you telling yourself you don't care to wear, like, the ratty clothes from 1997? Or are you gonna take some time, you know, moisturize your skin and yourself smell good, put on some, you know, garments that are powerful and comfortable and all of that, you know?
I mean, that sounds good. But before we move off of Louis, I have one question. And that's, when he showed you the Guayabera shirt, what was your first reaction?
The Guayabera shirt? The Guayabera shirt is a beloved for many Latinos. It's a shirt that, you know, a lot of our elders wore. And maybe when you got one, it felt like a rite of passage and all that stuff. And I'm not against the Guayabera shirt. But I think that men have to be careful that it doesn't become the only standard shirt that you have going on.
That was the case here. Sadly, that was the reality in this situation.
Yeah.
We were seeing that shirt a lot.
And it's like the bowler shirt in the shape, which means that it's very square. So if your shirt is very square, you're not showing your shape, you know? And women want to see your shape. So, you know, a little bit more shorter and fatter, and you're not really showing who you are. You're showing a square, if that makes sense.
I
Makes sense
think
to me.
you should burn them
I
all.
hate it.
Louis, how do you feel after your first couple of interactions with this new mix?
I like it. I mean, I like what I'm going. I like what I got. I mean, I posted pictures on Facebook. Maybe I'll post it on the For Love and Play Twitter. You know, she told me no more logo shirts too, because you guys know I like the comic T-shirts. So it's
And
like
not that you can't wear them. Like, wear them or look out, but don't buy it because,
Yeah.
the thing is, like,
Amen.
yeah, you don't need it anymore in your life. You're at
Oh,
a place. Love this woman. You don't need them, and the thing is, it's like honey. Like, you want the bumbles, you gotta put out the honey, and that is not honey.
I think the graphic t-shirts, maybe you'll agree with me, I think they look best doing like on a thinner, narrower frame, maybe someone like Keenan's frame with like an expensive looking or expensive blazer and like a fitted like dress pant or skinny jean where it's almost like really business casual, then they look okay because it looks cleaned up. Otherwise, you look like a dirty 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, I can give that, like,
Yeah.
like, if you want to use your chance of getting a feminine female, I would say the logo team. For, like, if you put on a logo to the woman's light fixture in her house, or in her kitchen, that's cute, honey.
That's hot. Yeah.
But not if go out to, like, pick up.
Rebecca's right, though. The way you dress, it matters. I went on a date recently with a gentleman.
I was hoping it was a gentleman.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, shit was Gucci for real. Rebecca.
Throw the cup of water on your face, Yael. Let's just throw some ice.
I tell you, Rebecca is so spot on, Louis. Leave Gucci, sweetie. She's right. Listen to her.
Yes.
I would also add that it's not even just about like appearance, especially with the comic book stuff. I'm a blurred as well, and I like the same things that you do, Lou. Like we have similar interests. The thing is, I've learned to.
Yeah, but this is the thing, guys. And you can like one unlike, okay? But you have to remember that if that's the only tone or the primary tone that you're putting out there, then women are gonna be like, oh, like this is the perception. Please do not, don't take it personal, but allow it to like whatever resonates. If a woman says guys is like that all that nerdy like Comic-Con-y stuff, like they're not thinking like this man has his shit together. They're thinking like he might like, oh god, all right.
Still be child. That's what I was getting at. Is this? Basically, you got to learn to be available for whatever conversation at the right time and the right place.
Yeah.
So when you're all day in a Green Lantern shirt, if you're going to Comic-Con, all day Green Lantern shirt, cool.
Yeah.
If you are not,
I just swear to you guys, if it's over a certain age, it's like very grown women that wear pigtails. It's like one of those things that it's like stop, like not like stop. Sorry.
If you're scrubbing the toilet, that's one thing, but it's
Yeah,
not
you're
sexy.
scrubbing the toilets or having a pull down party for your 5-year-old.
down.
Cute, but you're like 30, you're walking around with pigtails.
Not sexy.
It's not. You're not putting the vibe.
Well, I mean,
You just have to be aware.
there is this one positive note because according to the Pinterest board that Rebecca made for me, I could dress like the 10th Doctor. So so I can still be nerdy and still look hot.
Yes, and still be quirk and like have your shit and like you buy like kind of like logo, right? You're like, yo, I want to wear my logos. I don't give a crap what anybody says. All right, fine. Well, how about try ones that like have a Vince style with a more heather, where they have a more of a fashion, like under the armpit. Is it sagging under the armpit or is it closer to the armpit? You want the closer, so it's about the fit. You know what I'm saying? And pairing with like a really dope jacket, something like grown and sexy. It's the little things, and you feel
dress your age, and it's not even just about dress. It's like we've had an episode where I'm a heavy hardcore heavy gamer. We're over 100 games, and they're right front and center in my living room. But what I did was I went and got a very enclosed, bright colored shelf.
Yes.
That it's not like a glass case. It's the solid color that closes all of my games. That is a part of like an accent piece in my living. So it's just to say, yeah, I'm a gamer, but when I have a date over, I close the shelf. Like,
You're not a loser. You're not a loser. She still wants to go to bed with you.
Well, that's exactly, and it's so funny. You said I almost thought earlier. People associate, those like gamers, and guys that don't get out much, and it's like how messed up with like her, and that's all she's like. Just what else is he into? You know what I mean? So by using that closed storage, yeah, that's a very good. So
when I see threats of gaming systems in a dude's apartment, I gotta tell ya, the well starts dry. It does, because I'm like, ooh, this is time consuming, and it's a waste of time and money.
Yeah, there's certain things that
it's not
a woman
at all.
A woman knows to have sex with like the first few seconds, basically. Now maybe you might be able to warm her up with charm, personality, or whatever leader you guys find that you have shit in common. But on the onset, woman looks, he's like, fuckable, yes or no, and that's it. And then when a woman's to your home, like it's like, do I really wanna fucking I don't know, it's one of the things.
You tell a lot. I actually want the ladies to get more into this, but I'll give you the one hint that I know. You tell a lot from when a woman comes into your apartment where she puts her purse down.
Yeah.
It's immediately showing how she feels about the comfortability of where she is at this moment. But since we do have two beautiful women on the podcast, can you go over just your thought process when you do walk into a new guy's house?
Well, Keenan, sorry.
That's why I called you the Duchess up front, D.
Yeah, image. I'm just kidding. No, that was the extent of the joke. Ladies, go.
Well, my purses are nice, so I don't want to put goo.
Yeah.
Nothing that's
What is that?
in the last 3 months.
When I walk in the apartment, I'm looking at, does this place look like it was designed by his girlfriend, his mother? What surrounds itself with? Like, what is the overall, is the TV, the huge in the apartment in relation to, books or other things, art? What's around him? What is he inside his head? How much clutter do you have going? Is he a clutter bug? Just like, you can tell, when somebody cares about their life,
I like how you said in relation to the TV in relation to books. Because I remember this one date I brought back, and I do have a bookshelf that is also just as prominent that matches the game case shelf, right? And the first thing she said, she was like, "Wait, you read?" It was shocking. It was shocking to say that for someone to just have a book on a table, guys, we need to step our game up because women shouldn't be impressed by simple things like that.
Yeah.
And you do interior designs as well, right?
Yes.
How does that process work similar to the other remixes that you do for personal?
Good question. It depends. Like right now, I'm talking to somebody, they're off the page. They do wedding photography and video. And so I went down to Space Last, checked it out, got a feel for space, got a feel for the activities that happen in that space, what he wants to change, to measurements. And then from there, we start with concept. Well, right now, we're in the negotiation process of my fees and things. And then from there, I go in concept, mood board, and a floor plan, and, all that kind of stuff. So, but when it comes to residential work, it's a little different. So when I walk into someone's space, I like to see what they have going on. Kind of similarly, what's going on in the environment. I try to feel off the overall mood. I like to talk about goals, and it's like, okay, we're going to reach your environment. Well, what is it about your life mix? Because they go hand in hand. And oftentimes, it's correlating to the area of life that wants change, or I like to say activate. So somebody might call me to mix their bedroom because they want to activate their relaxation. They want to, activate their sacral chakra. They want to have more sex. They want to be with their partner. So it's
I like how you said, kind of asked about a person's goals, and I want to tie that in because being this the first podcast of the new year, a lot of people are focused on goals. How do you try to cater your remix of their lifestyle to make sure it fits with someone's goals? Because I think everything in your life has to point towards whatever that goal is. Whatever your dream is, everything has to be facing that direction in order for it to succeed. So I really like how you implement also those goals into these remixes because it seems that that holistic view is what you also agree with.
Yeah, absolutely. It all goes, like for instance, like Louis, he had his certain goals. He said how he presents himself on stage, how he wants to relate to other people. Somebody wanting to their home might want to spend more time with their family, or they might want to get more into with their creative work. So design based on that. Like, okay, you want to have more family time. Well, how are we going to design the room to create togetherness? So it's not just furniture, but, you know, the inspiration you're surrounding yourself with from colors. Colors are very important. So I do color therapy, create custom color palettes for clients to act, you know, to charge chakras. And, you know, color is so scientific because everything's light and what our eyes are absorbing, different wavelengths that our eyes are absorbing. And that does a lot for our outlook and our mood. So that's something else. I use astrology also when I'm working with clients. So I like to know what sign people are. I like to figure out where they are right now in their second transition and journey using astrology.
So we had somebody that was on earlier. We had another podcast about that, and I feel like I'm gonna have you back on because I want a second opinion.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm not an astrologer, but I tune with astrology, and I like to do a different astrology forecast, so I can use that.
Could you give me a forecast, or it's not that simple? Like you're not even. No, I don't know.
What she did for me, she actually pulled some tarot cards.
Oh yeah, that was another thing I did, exactly. At the end of our, you know, when Louis and I, you know, did our meeting, I showed him the concept pictures, I spoke about all of that, and then at the end we started to more about the eternal stuff, but it was all a mirror, you know, and, you know, just talking about personal things. And so then I started shuffling my cards, my tarot cards, and I do read cards, and we did a little 4-card spread, just to give them some more insight into what it is, you know. And I don't know, Louis, did you feel like you got like a good message out of it?
Yeah. I mean, that's what you know. I've also heard that from everybody else. Yeah. So you know, just to get that extra confirmation.
Yeah, and that's what I love about the cards. That the cards, you know, there's something that it's just magical how they work. And what I think the overall tone of the cards is oftentimes it just reminds you of things that you already know, or that there's always God always puts like a little seed right in there, you know. And sometimes it could be a tarot reading, or a friend, or you know, someone like myself, or a song that can kind of like remind you of something you already knew, you have to put into effect. And that's why I love the cards. So yeah, I use different mediums, and obviously, you know, bringing in new furniture and paint colors and accessories and remixing the treasures you already have. That's very much part of the process as well.
I mean, that sounds good. We actually will start wrapping up. So how would somebody be able to get in contact with you and book you for any type of remix?
Yeah, if you want to find me on lifestyremix.com. That's my online home, lifestyremix.com. And on Twitter and Instagram, at lifestyle_for both, at lifestyle_. My name is Rebecca Gitana Torres. You can Google me for receipts. What else? And I'm online, so reach out and I can Skype meetings. If you're in the tri-state area, I can come to you. If you're out of state, I can still come to you, depending on your budget and how much you want me in your neck of the woods. And yeah, I'm here to be of service, and I love doing what I do. And I know that it's powerful and it's helping people, and I'm thankful for that, you know?
I mean, that sounds amazing. I feel like Diddy invented the remix, but you are sure killing it right now, girl. Yael, anything to promote?
Anything to promote? Not other than the regular stuff. You can check out the deeper side of things, our blog. You can find me on SoundCloud, Urban Huber YM, on YouTube, Yael Meisel, and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, Yael Meisel. That's it.
Louis.
Yeah, what's up? This is what I need you guys to do. If you want to get in on the conversation here at For Love and Play, Google us. Check out our website, For Love and Play, at .wordpress.com. Our email is at forloveandplay@gmail.com. You can check us out on Twitter, For Love and Play, at For Love and Play. You could also subscribe to us on iHeartradio, TuneIn Radio, iTunes. And yeah, we want to hear from you. If you guys want to follow me, I do my own personal show, which I had Rebecca on, the Cross Shot Radio Show. You could follow that. Also on iHeartRadio, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and yeah. And yeah, so that's all I got. Take it away, Keenan.
All right. Everybody knows all my information's on my website, www.kenanweaver.com. That's KENANWEAVER. Coming up next week, I'm at the New York State Theater Education Association Conference. That's a lot of words. I have no idea. I'm going to go talk about comedy. I'm going to do my set. So if you're near wherever that is, the information's on my website. Also, every Sunday, New York Comedy Club at 8 o'clock, Sunday Night Live. Come check me out. I'm there every week. Everybody, Happy New Year. Keep loving, keep playing.
Have a great day. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.